Hey, do you want to come to a birthday party? My friend's having one and you're invited. Hey there. Today's episode is a little bit of a departure because I want to do a friend of mine a favor. She has a very good idea coming up for a birthday party, and I'm just wondering if I could generate some interest in a project that she has put together, inspired by giving, inspired by kindness. So hence this episode. So you will see her and get a bit more information about what the idea is. The other thing is that I wasn't so sure about the time we have left on the camera, on the phone, I should say. So hence you'll see me looking back periodically at the, well, if you're watching this episode, you'll see me looking back at the phone to see how much battery is left on there. You know, I really wanted to make sure that we got the conversation in. So yeah, I was a bit worried. But hopefully you enjoy it. She's got a lot to say, and I want to give her a voice, and also the initiatives that she's working on, the people that she knows, I want to give them a voice. So yeah, so hence this is a little bit of an experiment to see like what we can do, what kind of kindness we can drive just from a conversation and putting it out there. So I'll make sure that her details are circulated, so we can make something happen, make an act of kindness happen. Hi, Tania.
Hello, Donna.
Hi, how's life?
Good, it's good.
Yeah, so tell us about this idea that you have.
Well, I had this crazy idea. My birthday is coming, and
Happy birthday in advance, yeah.
yeah. So I decided I'm not 50, but I'm almost there. So it's 49 that I'm going to do, and I thought, what do I want for this party? And I started to think, well, I have everything that I need. I don't really need presents. And normally I go to Portugal, but this year I have, by work, I have to be here on 28th. That is actually my birthday day on Friday, because I have the engineer day at work. So we have this meeting, and we go to dinner and have this conference and stuff. So, and then I decided, well, I should do the party on 29. And then our first thought was to gather some friends, a small group, and ask them to not buy me presents. If you want to give me anything, just give me the money, because I want to help these two institutions that I'm working with as a volunteer for help the children to study. And this was the first thought that I thought, well, it's a nice idea. Instead of having a lot of stuff that you don't need, I will present this to my friends and see how they react. And then I thought, why don't I go a step further? Because I like to dance, I like music, and I have a lot of friends that do music, and they do dance, and they do shows and stuff like that. And I thought, well, what about if I join all these people and have a great birthday? Is not is already gone. Is the point is to gather people and to have fun. And then I thought, well, and I used to play in Burumbai, that is a drum place, a drum group.
Actually, we should probably talk about your background first as well. Like, you know, you have a very interesting background, right?
Well, but we can get to the point of how did I finish this idea.
Yeah.
And then when I was in this group, sometimes we actually play in the street and we pass the hat. And I'm very good at doing that.
Okay.
It's a talent.
Okay.
Whenever I pass the hat, we get a lot of money. So I thought, I'm good at this. I should use it. And I thought I'm going to invite all the friends that I know that play music and can do some stuff. And now the people will pass in the street, so I can pass the hat and wherever it wants to give something, it will go for the children as well. And so that's how this idea started. And then I started to invite people, and I did a group of WhatsApp and surprisingly, I already have 60 people in the group.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure not everybody is going to appear. I'm pretty sure not everybody is going to give something. But the point is to have fun, to spend a good afternoon with friends, with music and dance, and see how it goes. If it goes well, maybe I can organize more stuff like that, more probably, because it was like, I'm doing birthday next month. What should I do? And so it comes up right very spontaneously. And yeah, so this is the crazy idea. Let's see how it works.
And is there any way that our community can support you and this organization?
You can go there and give money.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah.
Because the weather is so bad in Switzerland. The first goal was to do it on the river or in the lake, open, because it's an open party. And the first thing I thought was to do it like this. But this year is really bad. So it's raining almost every day. You never know what rain is coming. So it's not sure if on 29 it's going to be dry or raining. So I thought, I started to search for places. And then I made the contact. I will have the answer on Monday. And one of the places is Spielbachhacke. In the Helvetiaplatz, there is this blue...
In the center of Zurich. Yeah.
Exactly. So, and at this point, it will not be to put all people inside. It will be more to store your clothes and your bags and your instruments and some food that some people might bring and stuff like that. But the main point will be to do it on the street. And then apparently, I think it's going to be a fair like in the Helvetiaplatz. That's perfect because more people will be there.
Yeah.
So the point will be there. I will be there from 12 to midnight, and I'm expecting people to come and go. For me, it's an opportunity to see people that I like that I don't see for a long time because life in Zurich, it's not easy, and it's not easy to meet people because everybody's busy. So it will be an opportunity, an excuse to see people, to have some fun, and then do this thing. If I can help one children to have a better life, I'm already happy with that. So.
And the children are in Angola or
No.
Brazil?
There's two institutions that I'm now presently working with. One is in Brazil, that is in Búzios, because I was there in May, end of April, May. I was there visiting a friend, and this friend is working with this institution. So I have the opportunity to go there and know the project and speak with the people and see the children and see the work is done. Búzios is a very touristic place, but they also have a favela, not like Rio, but they have a small a favela. So it's not very dangerous, but there are people who don't have much, and there are children that don't have a table to sit and study for 1 hour or whatever. So this place is like providing a safe place for the children to go and to learn. So there are some volunteers that go there, like psychology and teachers. They do karate, they do dance. They sometimes make a market to help us deal with the money. They also have a small farm that they grow some little things. Not a farm, it's Brazil, so but it's like easy to grow stuff, so they grow it there. They have some problems because the terrain is it comes the water when it rains because it's of the clive. They have some problems to solve. They have a lot of problems to solve. But this is not a new institution. It's actually it has, I think, at least 10 years. And I met the guy that started this, and he started with 3 children. And so they had a small place, and then more people started to come, and then he needed a bigger place, and then they kick you out for this bigger place, and then you find another place, and then they kick you out from this place because it starts to be bigger, you know. And then somebody give him a land, a big land, and it's not small. I would say, I don't know how much he has, but they give you a land, but it was covered with the forest, more or less. And so they cleaned this land, and they build the infrastructures, all them, and the mothers of the children, all the community get together and helped. It's a very humble place, but very full of love, you know, and they do a good work there. And now, when I was speaking with him now, the project is to, they have one project that is to make like games, like chess and wood games, like that they can give to the
children,
to the schools.
to the schools. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this will be made for with the mothers of the children. So they are supporting the children, and they are supporting the mothers, because if you don't have a support of the family, you can do everything with the child. It will not grow up. It's like you putting a seed in a desert. It will not grow up.
Yeah, it won't germinate.
Exactly. So you have to put the seed, and then you have to bring the good soil to the things start to go to work. And for me, it touched me, this kind of work, because it's I believe education open doors, and give you opportunities, and also because it's with the children that things going to change. If you don't go there, you can do whatever you want, but the future is damned. You have to go there, and you have to start putting the seeds in the right place.
That's where the action starts. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why it moves me a lot. And I was a teacher for some time, so it was it's something that has come naturally. And I'm 50, and I don't have kids, so so I thought, well, it's if you have kids, you are doing the stuff for your kids, and you are growing your health for your kids. And I'm not rich, but I'm not poor. And I was thinking, well, when I'm die, everything that I own will be here. So where should it go? It will disappear, you know, it's going. So I have to find some place where this can go, you know, or whatever. And this more or less how the idea came. It was like, well, it's so I don't have kids, I can take care of the other people kids that need help, you know. So that's why maybe it touched me. But and there, when I see the institution, I talk with the people, I see what they are doing, I need the story, and I saw the difficulties, I thought, and and I get inspired for this friend that was also there, that also did many things here in Switzerland to get money to charity and stuff like that. She kind of pushed me and inspired me, saying, I did this, you also can do. And then I started thinking, how can I do it? And my birthday party was just an excuse. I wanted to celebrate anyway. And I said, well, let's put this. And then the ideas are funny because they grow with with a little dust, and then it becomes more, more, and then people start to add stuff in this, because you start to to say people, what are you thinking, what are you doing, and then we are here with this podcast
talking, yeah.
because I invited you and
Yes.
you made me another proposal. So so the ideas are like
Yeah,
this.
they take on their own life.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They go in your,
Yeah, no, definitely.
yeah.
So as I was saying before, that I see you as somebody that you're very straightforward, you're very transparent, but the other side of you is that you are very caring, and you do have a big heart, and it's just nice to see that this idea has taken action because you took that step. So where does that really come from in your life? Because not you could just have had a nice holiday in Brazil and then forgotten about it.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Well, I don't know where is this come from. I think it comes from the nature. This is my nature. I was always well, I was born in Angola, in Africa, and I was raised by two women. That was my mother and my grandmother, and we always have. It was this Angola mentality that we open the doors and we help the people. This is more or less our culture and nature, and so I think it comes from there. But it's also something that is natural, and I always like to teach, and this is also something that was very natural for me since I was a child. So it comes more or less for that. That's why it touched me that we are helping the children to study, because I think whatever you do, you should find what moves you and what speaks to your heart. Otherwise, it makes no sense. Even that is a very nice idea. So you have to look inside and see what moves me, what speaks to my heart, and then start to do action in there. So doing volunteer work is something that I was thinking about doing for a long, long time, and it's always difficult because sometimes you don't have the time or the disponibility to go, but there's always a chance to help everybody, even that is a person next to you, and the help is it's not so hard. It's like sometimes you just need to give a smile, and you are helping a person to
definitely
have a better day.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just have to hold the door to some people that it's very simple, kind at very simple acts of kindness that make the the world better and your life better also. And I read somewhere that where love is the only thing that you give, as much as you give, as more as multiplies. And it's really true, because if you spare kindness and love to the people, you start to receiving it also. So the first thing that you have to change is your mindset. And then many times you are stopped because you are putting your problems, you are putting problems that don't even exist in your own head, and stop. This make you stop. Because it's going to be difficult. Because the people will not accept. Because this and because of that. So just stop making excuses and start acting and doing whatever you think you should do. And it's always good to make the people around you better than they were. And so it comes more or less from that, I would say.
And like, are you able to, do you feel that you're able to express this side of you in your like day job as well, that you can,
I try.
Yeah.
But like everybody, I have good and bad days. Sometimes, and this is also the thing that I'm realizing is like the first change that you have to do is in your mindset. The first change that you have to do is in yourself. If you want to change the world, please clean your house first, change yourself first, clean yourself first, and only then you are able to help the others. You cannot not help anybody if you are destroyed. So do the effort to do this work in yourself. And then when you are, and this is a continuous work because you clean the house and tomorrow it'll be dirty again. So it's true, right?
Yeah.
So it's very simple, but and it's all okay. But if you do this job on yourself, then there's always something that you can help. Sometimes it's just an idea. Sometimes it's just it's sometimes it's like you cannot see the island if you are inside the island.
Yeah.
If you are in a big problem, and if you listen to the person, and maybe you see a different perspective, and sometimes it's just giving this idea to the person. Oh, did you thought about this? Sometimes you don't see even that is in front of you, and I think my goal, if this goes well, is to maybe help other institutions. I will certainly find many others, but to work as as a volunteer, I can go, for example, to this one in Botswana is to go there. It was the purpose to go there and teach the children. In this week, they are on holidays and give them some different inputs. We can also do it online. Is probably what I will do. It's
Please
not,
send me the details. I'd love to, yeah. I'd love
it's
to do
not.
this.
It's not. I would rather go to the place,
Sure, yeah.
but actually to Botswana in this place is very, very, very expensive to go there, and I have to pay for my ticket, and I have to pay for my sleeping, my eating. They don't pay for anything, and I made a rough calculation, and it's about 5,000 francs
Oh, wow.
for 1 week.
Woo!
It's too much.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. Yeah.
So if it was less, maybe I would go. But like this, I say, okay, I do it online. Better to take this money and give it to the institution. Well, anyway. But my thought is like, if I go and do 1 week of work, it's perfect. It's amazing, right? But it's gone. It's there. It's 1 week of that you did something. You plant some seeds and that's it. But many people are doing already a good job, right? And sometimes they only need help, and you cannot do everything alone. And I'm good enough having ideas and find different solutions for problems. It's because maybe I'm an engineer, so we are used to solve problems.
Solving problems, yeah.
Or because I'm like that also, I don't know.
Very logical thinking.
No, it's just looking at things differently, you know. It's like, okay, I have these materials. What can I do with this? I have this problem. How can I solve it? You know, this is something that's also natural. It's like, I don't know. And then I thought, well, maybe that's also another kind of help that I can give other inputs, not just money, because money is necessary to make the things happen. But the ideas are also very nice. But sometimes you have very, very good ideas, but that you don't have the money or the resource to do it. In my mind, there was always this thing of working with children, and my idea was to provide food. So even that I want to work in education, you have first the basic needs. So my idea was always to make a school with growing food. Because if you can grow food, you can give this food to the families. So they have the first need taken care. That is, you should not have hunger, otherwise you cannot think or study. Right?
Yeah, true.
But it's we don't think about it because we have available food everywhere.
Yeah, we're surrounded by it.
But we are actually dying for that because we are eating too much. But anyway, there are people that don't have food. You cannot study or think. Your brain will not work if they don't have this first need provide. And also to teach them how can they, Because sometimes it's not the lack of resources, it's the lack of thinking, what can I do with this? Even that you have a very fertile land, maybe you don't think about putting, you know? So, but at the same time, sometimes when we go to help, you are very proud of you or your knowledge or whatever, and you are not humble enough for understanding the reality of this place.
Yes.
This happens many times that the people go and want to change.
Yeah.
And you are not there for change. You are
Exactly.
there
For self-promotion, for you to feel better about yourself.
Exactly. And it's not about you, it's about them, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like looking at the things like Humboldt, trying to understand what is the culture of this land and trying to understand how can we improve. It's not that we're going to accept what's not so good in these worlds, but how can we make the change? How can we make them understand to do it in a different way, even careful, without shocking their own culture and habits, you know? But slowly trying to change and make the things better. I really believe that starts from there. First, basic needs have to be taken care, like having food, having a place to live, and very basic needs. And after that, you have to have a place where they can study and where they taking care, so they don't end up in the streets and doing other stuff. So sports and education will because there are really children that don't have that. Not even a support, not even somebody. They are growing alone.
Wow.
And they
things that we take for granted
from
here.
granted.
Yeah.
But there is not nothing is granted, you know. And they don't have like a little bit of silence to study, you know, or I don't know, or they are not incentivized to do that. And it's not just about studies. It's just you don't have to become a doctor or an engineer. It doesn't matter. It's just for you to gather tools for your life, you know. And for example, in Botswana, I was thinking about what I'm going to teach. And then I thought about financial education. Because sometimes you don't have it. Like you have something and you can, even that is $1, and you will spend it all, you know? Or you can teach them that you can from this dollar you can save this for this part and try to program, and this is needed for everybody.
Yes.
Not everybody has it, and it's not about how much money you have, it's how you spend it and how you manage it, you know. Because there are people that earn 1 million but they spend 2 millions. They earn a lot but they're poor.
Yeah, especially in Switzerland.
You know, because you are spending more than you gain. So the maths are very easy to make. It doesn't matter how much it is, but how do you manage? And I have this for the experience also in my life, because I was born in Angola, and at the time it was Portugal country, because it was a Portuguese colony. Then the war came, and with some months, 3 or 4, the war came, and we came to Portugal, and we lose everything that we have, my family.
Wow.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that. No.
Really?
No, I didn't know that you lost everything, you know.
No, my mother bring me in her arms. That was it.
Oh, wow.
And we are escaping the war and trying to catch the plane. I don't remember this. I just know the stories, but it was like that.
Wow.
One of the times somebody came with the weapons, and almost they forgot me in the upstairs because they have to go, run. And then my grandmother went back, where is the child? Where is the baby? The baby was me. And then they went back to catch me. But this is war field. My mother didn't have milk to feed me because she was stress war. the milk stopped, like from one day to the other, like. So this is my story. This is how I started life. So when we came to Portugal, we have to start from the zero,
nothing, yeah.
from nothing. So everything that we have now and we build is from zero. We don't have like nothing from before. And so I know what is lived without money,
Yeah.
or without much money,
Yeah.
but this never stopped me. And this never stopped me to do whatever I want. There's many free things that you can do. And it's I had friends that have much more than I had, and this never stopped. Never stopped me. I never felt less because of that, and I never stopped going to places because I didn't have the money. It's really a matter of mentality also, and this I can thank to my mother that always give me this input. So I think this is very important, and I remember from childhood that I was, whenever I get some money that somebody will give you, I was saving it.
So thinking more long term.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't spend right away. I was like putting this money aside, and my mother, I think she gave me like how do you see these things that you put the money?
Oh, like I don't know, piggy bank or
A piggy bank or something like that. It was really from a bank that my mother made me account very, very early. I don't know, I was like 7 or 10 or something like this. And she created a bank account for me. And then in this bank account, they give me this piggy bank that was with a key that they can only open in the bank. So I was putting the money there, and I have my first bank account like very, very early. And whenever I can, I was always also working in the holidays, and whatever I could, I was doing whatever work. I know that, well, with 10 or 11, I decided that I wanted to work, and I go in the street and I find a work, and then my mother went to the store. She's too young, and then she fired me before I get to work because she didn't want me to work, but it was my desire at the moment already.
But it shows that you've always been resourceful, isn't it? That you, as you said, you saw this a problem, which is that you didn't have so much money, and then you went out and tried to find a job, right?
Try to find a way.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't stop you that you don't have the resource.
Yes.
Also, I have a sentence that I use many times that is like, if you want to do something, you will find the solutions. If you don't want to do something, we will find the problems.
Hey, that's good.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just because people have to say, I don't have time, I don't have the money, I don't have this, and it's not about what you have or you don't have. It's about what you want to do. The solutions will come in the way, you know. It's you are walking one step in front of the other, and you do the road. But it's not like this should not stop you. But sometimes it's very hard to see if you don't have the mindset, and if you don't have the food, and if you don't have all the things that we take for granted, you know. And even when you have all this stuff, many people here, for example, that have everything, they have no excuse, and they find it to not do the stuff that they want to do or should do, or because of laziness or whatever, you know. It's always depending of what you want to do, and it's not what resources you have or not.
So you were also saying earlier about like the Angolan community and how they have a kind of a culture of kindness.
It's a different culture of European culture.
Okay.
Africa culture is very different from European culture. That's a thing. And I think it's because I thought about this. I think it's because the land in Europe is much smaller, like Switzerland, for example. Everything is small, and there is like frontiers everywhere. You know, even that you don't have a fence. But you have frontiers,
Yeah.
like the people know that this garden
Yeah.
is mine.
This
So
is my space. Yeah.
nobody will cross
Yeah.
it. It's
Yeah.
like this deal. In Africa, the scale is different.
Okay.
You have many kilometers of
Yeah.
land.
Yeah.
So, you don't have these kind of frontiers.
Yeah.
And also, for example, here you go from city to city like in 5 minutes by car or whatever. You are in a different land, you are in a different city, you are in a different village, you are, in
Yeah.
Africa, you go in the road and you will find the next village. I don't know how many hours again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And people know that. And I know the story of my family that we have a farm or a house. I don't know the details because I was not even born. But it was common. So if you have like a house in the farm and some hunters come and pass by, that you will offer food and water and maybe a place to sleep, even that you don't know this person, because you know for sure that you will not find another place to rest in maybe a day or two. So this is the kind of kindness that is normal. In Brazil is more or less like this, but I think it's because of the scale of the land. It doesn't mean that you don't also have the criminals and all the stuff, because here I talk about this in Switzerland, but I'm also very grateful because you live in a place where you don't have fence and the people don't cross it and they respect your own space, and you don't have criminality, and you can go out at night or a day as a woman alone.
Yeah.
And this is
Wow.
priceless.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's always good things and bad things about everything.
Sure.
And these things that I'm African and European at the same time always bring me these two ideas and conflict. I'm not sure if whenever I visit Angola, that I went there to work and be a teacher and for for short periods. I was there giving classes before I would come to Switzerland. And this always give me this conflict, because in Portugal I never felt like a real Portuguese.
Really?
No.
Okay.
No, because my background from family is from Angola. My mother was born in Angola. My grandmother was born in Angola. We eat different foods. We eat the foods from there. We have different habits. We have this thing of open the house from everybody. It was normal. My friends sometimes were amazing when I bring them to my home and they say, come on, let's have lunch. And they were there, and my mother was not expecting, and we put them on their plate, and sometimes they were very amazed that I did that, because in Europe you have to be expected, you have to be invited, you have to be planned.
Oh yeah, the planning is a big one, right?
And
Yeah.
in my family
So
was never
spontaneous.
like that.
Yeah.
So and also I remember my grandmother always cooking. And if I say that I bring a friend or two, she will cook for 20 people, because in Africa it's normal like that.
Yeah.
That you invite one person, this person will bring more 5 or 10 people with her.
Yeah.
This was, I remember that one time I was in Angola and I went to sleep to a friend's house. She's from Angola. She lives there. She's a flight attendant from TAG. And then I slept there for one day, and she said, I have a wedding tomorrow. You are invited to. I don't even know the people that are going to marry. I said, come on, I don't even know the people. I'm telling you, if I'm inviting you, you can come. And so it is like that. To a wedding, it's not even to a person. This is absurd. You never happened
Definitely.
in Europe, right? It's well,
Yeah.
but so I there was some things that I felt strange for me as a European culture, But when I went to Africa, I felt also strange things in the African culture. So I can adapt to both of them, but I'm a mix of both, you know.
Yeah.
But so when you ask me where it comes from this hybrid culture of, I don't know.
So if money was no option and opportunities were not a problem, what would you be doing in life?
I think I will be doing that.
Yeah. Very good. Very good.
I will be helping children to have a better future and
Fantastic.
teach them, and you know, I will be very happy doing that.
And how can we help you? How can our community help you? Where can we find you actually online?
I'm not online.
Oh, good. Good.
I have WhatsApp
Yeah.
and I have an Instagram account that I never use, and I have a Facebook account that I stopped using also. This is personal. If I'm starting to do this project, if I will, this is the first experience. But if this grows, and then I will probably create a professional account for that.
Okay.
And probably, and then I will start doing these ideas of raising money or traveling or going to places and find people to help. I don't know.
I'd be very happy to help.
Yeah,
I'll sign up immediately.
It's just the beginning. I don't have no idea how it's going to work.
Good.
Let's see.
All right.
They were waiting.
Lovely. I think that's it. So there you have it. Please reach out to us for details more. Please download, share, subscribe wherever you see this podcast. It's really your participation that makes us grow, that makes us bigger. Also, please reach out if you have any questions for other people that you'd like to be on the podcast, or more information about who we are, what Do Me A Favour Buddy is, or hoping to achieve as an app, as a movement, as a collective. It's really, really important. So, yeah, thanks, and have a great day wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Okay, bye.